Yo, what's up, guys? Days here, and today I have a very, very special guest on the other line. None other than the man, the myth, the Puerto Rican prince himself, Coldravens Nest. If you just want to give a quick introduction of who you are, what your content is, because I know a lot of people who've been hearing about you kind of, don't know that. So if you want to take it away on that.
Hi. That's essentially it. That's all I got to say. What's up? It's your boy Coldraven right here. I'm here with Days. So essentially, this is an interview going to be going over the entire situation that happened between me and gay roommate. If you are not aware of who I am a YouTuber for about 13 years at this point. I've went over so many types of content as of right now. My main scoop of content is just going over disturbing things on the internet. And essentially, I went over this pony content, and somebody got butthurt because I commissioned some comics about her. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and spoon feed everybody what has happened, and I'll let you go ahead and walk us through it, and I will answer any questions you do have, unless you want it on the other side.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you coming on because this situation has been, moving very quickly and there's been a lot of changes over a small development of time. So, I'm kind of glad we can take this time to go through it bit by bit and, of the past, present, and the future of what's to come. One thing I do want to get into before anything, just to clarify, clear some air for the record. Gay Roommate 2020 claims, that the reason that she put the copyright strikes on your channel was because you were quote unquote harassing her. Well, first she said it was an individual by the name of Magenta Demon. Now she's saying, it's her, and she's, been going into her community posts and saying, that her community has been harassing her and stuff like that. So what's the position you have on any, directed or targeted harassment towards her?
Fake news. That is fake news. Now, here's the thing. She is known to be such a perpetual liar. And the biggest problem with her is that she always thinks that she's two steps ahead because her ego allows her to believe so. And now the biggest thing here is I screenshotted all the comments that she has deleted, right? She has this very big pattern of just like going on a tirade, putting down 20 comments and then deleting them all. But the problem is I screenshot them, so it doesn't matter if you delete them. And if people want to know some comments that she did delete, like yesterday, she was talking about me and her having sex. I don't know where the fuck that came from.
Yeah.
You can probably you can throw it
Yeah.
on the screen if you want. I'll send you it after the interview. It's like she goes on these weird things talking about like how her name is gay roommate, so like I must have confused her for a man, so I wanted to fornicate with her. It's like, what the fuck are you going on about, you idiot?
Yeah.
You're just in a whole entire different realm, different reality. So essentially, I guess this is where I'll walk everybody through it step by step, and if you have any questions, go ahead and cut me off if that's cool.
Yeah, for sure. I guess, and just to clear, clearing it up. Any person who's going over to her, channel, saying all these kinds of things, you condone, you don't tolerate any of that, right?
Oh, fuck no. Here's the thing. This is what pisses me off about gay roommate over here. So the issue with this individual is the fact that I've went on not one, not two, not three, not four, but about 5 to 6 streams I have went on and I said, hey, don't harass her. Don't send her any bad messages. Don't send her any ill will. Don't do it. Let's handle this the right way. Even though people don't want it to be handled that way, because people are pissed, rightfully so. So I went on record saying not to harass her, not to mess with her, don't do none of this around 20 to 30 times. She has yet to do that one single time because her pride and her ego will not allow her to do that, because she essentially wants me to be attacked, but she doesn't want to get attacked. She wants to fight fire, right? She wants to use fire, but she wants me to use, little fucking feathers. That's what she wants. She wants to bring a flamethrower to a pillow fight. That's what she wants to do. She's a fucking asshole, and that's just what it is. Essentially, she's just a very disgruntled, miserable individual that has this weird ass Oni obsession. And if people don't know about this content, it's hellacious. I mean, it's just the worst thing you have ever seen in your entire
I
life.
can
It is
confirm.
abhorrent. It's
I can confirm.
really bad.
I can confirm. I have unfortunately seen. I saw one video that I will not describe here because I do not want YouTube to restrict me quite yet.
I
But
can. All right, so here's what happened, fellas. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna tell everybody what happened step by step. As you guys do know, I originally got my start inside this disturbing community because I go over what is known as mixtapes, and these mixtapes are compilations of some of the worst and most graphic stuff you'll ever see. People, eating feces and very graphic material like cartel beheadings. And the reason why I go over this stuff is because there was an iceberg that Wendigoon talked about, and there was a lot of misinformation that people were talking about at the bottom of the iceberg, which is the most graphic. And because people were putting out so much misinformation about it, I decided to go out of my way, get a hold of these things, and review it step by step to get rid of all the misinformation. Because people were saying really insane things about these, mixtapes, saying, oh, this insane stuff happened in there, and this is in there, and these things are illegal. It turns out, after looking through everything and making videos about them, none of them are illegal. And now that I pretty much am done with that, and I still got more to cover, but it's like I'm essentially hanging up the gloves on that, and I really don't want to do it anymore, even though people still want me to continue, which it's kind of like, my hands are tied. I'm gonna have to, even though I don't want to. And I made it very well known in all my videos. I hate watching that content. I don't like it. I mean, having to watch a mixtape of people getting their heads removed and their insides pulled out, that shit it's not nice to watch. I don't like it. It's fucking unsettling. I don't like it. I never liked it. I've said that on record 100 times, and yeah, I still get these comments like, yeah, I bet he really likes this stuff. Like, dude, literally in the video that you just commented on, I state I don't want to go over this shit anymore. I've literally retired from that footage like 5 to 6 times, but people keep asking me to finish off the iceberg, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm finish off that iceberg. But essentially what happened was, to get away from that content, I started going over different stuff, like, things in the news, like the ice skating incident where the guy, got hit in the neck with the ice skate, and people were talking about whether it was on purpose or on accident. And then I slowly went to the Friday Night Funkin' degeneracy stuff. Then I went to this pony community that I was told about months ago. After being told about this pony community, I decided to take a look into it because it did pop up back in my feed. So I made a video about it, and people loved it. 130,000 views in like 2 or 3 weeks. People loved it. So I made a second part. Another 40 to 50,000 views in a week. People loved it. They were like, yo, make another one. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. And I went on like this whole entire tirade on different streams. Just being stupid about it because it's satire. Like, I'm pretending to like it. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm in my streams, I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna be the greatest thing ever. We're gonna have a video game. We're gonna have posters. We're gonna have a movie because it's so funny. It's satire. And I'm just like, how do I say this? If I'm going in the pool, we're gonna take some swimming laps. I'm not just gonna dip my toe into it. We're going all the way.
yeah, for sure.
So
You were like
I'm pretending to
developing
like
a
it.
fucking pony cinematic universe.
Yeah,
Cinematic
exactly.
universe. Get a Robert Downey Jr. as a.
So while all this is happening, yeah, we're gonna, instead of blackface, we'll put him in a pony face. So essentially,
Never go full
what
pony.
happened was, yeah. So essentially, what happened was, during this time of me making those 2 videos and all these streams, Gay Roommate 2020 was making a lot of community posts, taking jabs at me, talking trash about me. And whilst doing this is the odd thing. She was not only talking shit about me, saying that she's getting all these evil things, blah, 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 but she was also going on record stating that it's helping her channel so much. And she was boasting, putting up community posts, showing that her channel growth was immense. Like, it has grown in like 10% in less than a week. And her channel was doing phenomenal numbers. So it's weird that you want to talk all this shit about me. I'm not sending any harassment your way. Be like, oh yeah, look, I'm winning. But then hold on, later on she states that she's being harmed. We're gonna go on about that. So she's talking all this shit in a community post. So I'm like, all right, you know what? You want to keep making these weird videos? Well, she's voice overing these weird videos. She does not own the art, right? This art and all these comics are by other people. She just voices them over.
Right.
Now, if you want to know what's in these comics, essentially, on the tamer side, there's like it just a wide array of what happens. On the tamer side, you'll have ponies that go like, oh, I gotta make the poopy whoopies, and they'll just poop on a carpet, right? And then because of that, they won't get what's called sketties, which is spaghetti. And that's the tamer comics, right? They're stupid. They're kind of funny because they're so cringe and they're AIDS. But then on the darker side, they get very, very dark. And this is what is known as abuse box. And on this darker side, you'll have them grab baby ponies. They'll take a hot glue gun, go over the pony's, front end. They'll go over the pony's back end with this glue gun, have their eyes, glued or like hurt and everything. Then they'll put like these sticks in their their like paws or whatever, and call these things chirpers. And then you'll pay like 50 to 60 cents for these chirpers. They'll put it on a kid's birthday cake and they sing for these kids. They'll also grab ponies and disembowel them, grab ponies and pull out their eyes, and just straight up just do horrific things to these ponies, like just mash their heads in. And the reason why this is because there's some like backstory to this as well, like a lore that these ponies are from some escaped factory called Has Bio, where they're like bio pets, and that there's so many of them that they're now considered like pests, and this is how people like treat them, and they treat them like trash because they're nothing more than pests in the society. And it's like, after all this content of these baby ponies being, completely harmed in very disgusting fashions, you have this person, gay roommate, who likes to voice over this type of stuff. She voices over it. She uploads it to her channel. So I was making fun of that content. And because she was taking shots at me, she was taking lots of shots at me in a community post. And then on top of that, not only was she taking shots at me in a community post, but I found this content so abhorrent. And hold on, there's another reason I want to bring this up, because I said this on a Lyrics' live stream. There was another point that every time people called her out for how bad this content was, she essentially would cover by saying, hey, it's just a comic, it's a baby pony, getting its, front end hit with a hot glue gun. It's just a comic, so it's no really harm done. So I was like, okay, let's test that theory between all of this. And I decided to commission a comic of ponies making poopy whoopy on her fucking head. There you go, right? Now, essentially, after doing that in August, mind you, I made I'm getting these comics commissioned in August. It's about a week and a half ago. And these videos, the two that I uploaded, were from July, early and late July. She then struck the first one. She hit me with a copyright strike, not a claim. This is a strike. This means it takes down your video, gives your channel a strike, puts your channel in danger. Now, the reason why she openly did this is because I made those comics. I was getting them commissioned, and these comics are pure parody. So now we see that she's a fucking hypocrite, because she wants to use the defense of, don't get mad at me voicing over these baby ponies getting, their wieners and butts hot glued. Don't get mad at me for voiceovering this stuff, because it's just fake. It's a comic. So, but when I make a comic and have it commissioned of you getting pooped on by a pony, very tame stuff, very, very tame. Now it's no longer a comic. Now your life is in danger. What are you talking about? She's saying that the ponies... So I'm going to ask, is a pony pooping on someone violent?
Absolutely not. I mean, people make art of, different public figures all the time in different things. I mean, like, you brought up the example of South Park. I've used the example of South Park. People might not know this, but George Clooney, went on South Park and said, hey, I'll voice one of your characters in a way to escape their wrath and their ire. So they made him, I forget which characters, Gay Dog. Gay Dog. And the entire time, George Clooney was voicing this gay dog that was going around humping other male dogs. So, like, if you're a public person and you're putting yourself out there, you're not immune you're not special. You don't have any fucking protection or force field, that protects, or that, it's literally just normal criticism. It's completely valid. If you want to, poop or do anything, it's fine.
So the biggest thing, this not only shows how much of a hypocrite she is, this shows how much of an imbecile she is, right? And how shallow and how weak and fragile her mind is. Because on top of that, here's the big thing. It's incredibly comical. It's going to be posted on my YouTube channel very soon. But when I was showing off this comic a second time, then I got a second strike. This was about 2 days ago. I got a second strike from someone named Fluffo, struck my other video. And now I had 2 strikes on my channel. 3 strikes, you get deleted from YouTube. And during this time, I then made a call out to multiple other YouTubers. They then responded to me. They told me what I had to do. Now, it was at a point where I had to possibly dox myself and give up all my information, because that's how you have to combat a strike. You have to give up your address, your phone number, your first name, your last name. And now the biggest problem is, the only way to avoid this is getting a P.O. box. Now, I could not get a P.O. box because my ID is expired. I unfortunately was in a very, very bad situation last year. I went homeless. office. I had to do 2 months and a
Right.
whole bunch of other stuff. I lost my job. It was a bad time for me. So during that time, my ID actually did go expired. Never got around to actually getting it reinstated, mostly because, again, I was a YouTuber and I went right back to grinding YouTube and doing all that. So I was like, oh, I didn't really leave the house during this time, so I didn't really need an ID. And then essentially, now that I do need one, I'm in pretty much, knee deep in shit. And then to get my ID reinstated, I need a social security card. That thing grew legs and disappeared. Couldn't find it. And I'm like, oh, sweet. So, I have an expired ID, no social security, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
And essentially, now that's going to take 2 weeks to get your social security, 1 to 2 weeks, your ID another 1 to 2 weeks. So I'm like, oh shit, it's going to take me about a month and a half to get this PO box. And then I'm like, oh man, this is gonna stink. Now I have to take a month and a half off of YouTube. But then what I was doing was, during this time, I started calling post offices, seeing if I can find some sort of loophole. And I did. This loophole is that you can always have any single letter or mail sent to a post office, no matter what. But you would just need an ID to pick it up. And if it's 15 to 30 days, whether if it's international or national, they will archive it. They will archive all mail. It just depends how long they'll hold on to it. So essentially, I then used a post office from 2 towns over as an address to have any type of, lawyer stuff sent to. And then by the time I go pick it up, I'll have my ID reinstated. So it was I was like, dude, when I found out that loophole, I was like, oh my God, thank God. I was like, thank God. A lot of stress off my back there. So I've been stuck to streaming.
Got you. So, obviously you had that stream where you were informing your followers, and you actually reached out your hand, extended that olive branch to a gay roommate. So do you want to talk a little bit more about that and how you tried to come to a resolution with her?
Oh yeah, and I would love to read off some of her posts. This is when she started getting very sexual with me. I don't know
Oh, well, there
why.
was we'll get there when we get there. I just want to cover, some of the other stuff, because she was saying, right, that, she's not watching you live and she, will only respond to email. But I'm looking at a lot of these posts that she made, and I don't know, they contain a lot of the things you were talking about in your live stream. So,
Yeah, she was like quoting me pretty
what
much.
a coincidence. So there's
Yeah.
one that she says, where the sad thing is, if I wanted to take back the strike, again singular, I cannot. That would be rewarded. That would be rewarding the behavior of us followers. That threatening people like this is how you get your way. And even if I did, I'm sure this. Oh my God, my computer keeps turning off. And even if I did, I'm sure this wouldn't stop. So the decision has been made for me. What are kind of your thoughts on that?
No one else put her in this position except for her, because essentially it's based off the pretenses of a false strike. She made a false strike. She's admitted, and I have all the screenshots, that it was because of the commissioned comic. It had nothing to do with fair use. Now, essentially, if people are not aware of the part that she did strike, it's 2 minutes. 2 minutes that she had struck, and throughout these 2 minutes, 95% of it, the video is paused, and I'm just talking about what is on the screen on a paused video. The video is not even playing for 95% of the 2 minutes. And she still decided to strike it, and she does not own the art. The art is from someone else. She struck it because of her voice acting, which is pretty shit anyway. But again, you can't take 95% of a fucking part of a video and say, hey, it's mine, it's not yours, when I'm talking throughout it. So now you're pretty much striking for my voice. Completely ridiculous. And then
Right.
she says that it's going to reward bad behavior. The only bad behavior conducted is from you. You are a grown-ass woman. You are conducting what is known as copy fraud. That is illegal. So you're the one
Right.
with the bad behavior. And to go on to that, to the people that are making these comments, I have made several streams saying I do not condone this
Right.
stuff. She has yet to do that one time. She hasn't done it one time. And I get the exact same
Yep.
comments. I've been told to off myself. I've been told to quit YouTube. I've been told that they're going to strike my channel and take me down permanently. I've been told that they're going to hunt me down. But I have not made that public because I know this is what comes with the territory of beefing with
Exactly.
another YouTuber. This is what's going to happen.
Exactly.
It's not her fault. It's not her fault that people are doing that. This is what people are going to do. But the point is, at least I'm on record stating not once, not twice, not 3 times, at least 20 times stating I don't condone it. She's not on record stating that a single time. Not on record stating it one time. So it's like, what the fuck? You know, don't complain about you receiving harassment when you yourself are going to be a condoner to it. When you're not going to be on record stating I don't condone this, then you condone it. If you don't condone it, say you don't condone it. If you do condone it, then bear what you condone.
Right, and you can't, if there's some person who's in your audience and decides to be a rogue vigilante like the Punisher and take things into your own hands, you know, there's nothing you can do to stop that. You've already done everything you can and, you know, should do. I would say you've even gone above and beyond, you know, what you're supposed to do. Because, I mean, you've even said it before, but a lot of content creators have been telling you, oh, if I was in this position with gay roommate, I would have told her, you know, to fucking kick rocks and, you know, eat it a long time ago. So I think the fact that you have gone and you have given her multiple chances to patch this up, you know, I think that speaks testaments. And yeah, I can definitely voice the same thing, you know, even the videos I've made. I've had videos with some not that great like to dislike ratios, and people make their voices known. That's part of the thing of putting yourself online. And I've even had people in my comments with this whole gay roommate situation, even when I'm saying, you know, not to harass, saying, oh, how dare you say that, Days, you know, this person deserves it. And I you know, take every opportunity to say do not, because like the second that you start to do that and say, oh, I'm justified doing this, like the internet should be its thing. It should, like, we you know, we do our thing here, we talk shit, you know, we do fun stuff, and then we get out. Like, your real life and your internet should not have spillover, you know, into, you know, what goes on in your real life. It shouldn't be able to affect it, and that's part of the reason, you know, why I, you know, seeing you in this situation has been, you know, kind of hard to see, because it's like, so much of what gay roommate is doing against you is affecting your real life. She's literally trying to get you fired from your job. Not even just fired, but banned. Like, you can't even enter the building again. So yeah, that's my big problem. We'll move on to the next statement. This was after you said the olive branch. Again, you know, even though she wasn't seeing your live streams. If someone ended an email stating, we do not intend to have a discussion back and forth, would you assume the person does not want a response from you? That they indeed, quote, do not intend to have a discussion, end quote. Also, live streaming what you want to, quote, extend the olive branch, end quote, without actually contacting the person who you want to extend the olive branch to, so that your followers will swarm the person's account telling them you want to extend the olive branch, is very counterintuitive behavior. Unless the point is not to extend the olive branch, but rather to try and set up a live stream confrontation straight out of a WWE script to drum up live stream donations and to milk the drama for as long as possible. Yeah, no, I'm going back to the beach tomorrow.
And right now I'm about to dismantle everything she just fucking said.
All right, walk us through it.
Go. So first thing first, she says, if someone ended an email stating we do not intend to have a discussion back and forth, would you assume that person does not want a response from you? Okay. Yeah, she's talking about an email that was sent fucking last week. Congratulations, idiot. That's how things work. Notions change. If she can't understand the idea that you go from point A to point B, and that someone can say, you know what, I'm no longer going to be going about it this way. How about we go about it this way? Mm-hmm. Is her brain so, like, numb? Is she such a fucking dunce that she can't understand that I can say, hey, I want to pull your ass to court, and then at the same point in time, a week passes, I'm like, you know what? This has gotten out of hand. I think we should both sit down and talk. Mm-hmm. But now she wants to harp on A. Well, because we got the A. Why? We got the A because of your horrible behavior and your horrible conduction. Right. But during that stream, I was like, you know what? You did a lot of fucked up shit to me, but I'm still going to try my best to forgive you. And we can hopefully calm down. And I said this throughout the stream. None of us is going to get the full scoop of ice cream. Nobody's going to walk away with a smile. But if we can both walk away with a smirk, and we can both have some sort of appeasement, and we can go our separate ways, that will be fine. That's what I stated. So this idea, like, she just wants to stick and harp on to something because she essentially has no other point to make No other point to make. And I'm literally trying my best with this woman who is 10 years my elder to try to sit down and have a discussion with her. And I also stated this, the conversation will stay private. I swore on stream to God, left hand, because I had my left hand up because I was holding my mic with the right one as a left hand of Christ. I will make sure that these things are not leaked. But now here's the problem. She's already leaking the past emails. So now the trust is out the window. You're leaking past emails. And it's like, you're such an idiot. Like, you have no idea how to conduct yourself online. You don't. Because what she does is she doesn't get her way. So she throws these temper tantrums in the community post and she kicks her feet. And then when I screenshot them, she then deletes them. And then tries to pretend that they didn't happen. And it's like, that's not how that works. Now, on to the second part. Also, live streaming that you want to extend an olive branch without actually contacting a person you want to extend this olive branch to, so that your followers swarm the person's account telling them they want you to extend the olive branch is very counterintuitive behavior. Okay, now she feels like she's in a position of power, and that's the biggest problem. You fucked me over, you rocked my boat, knocked me out of my boat, essentially forced me to private all my videos because your people are saying that they're going to strike everything else, right? And then you want to sit there and think that I should crawl to you to, oh, let me crawl to you, your majesty, and let's hopefully we can settle this. You're no in position of power. You're not in any position of power to have me crawl to you.
Right.
You don't get to do that. You don't get to fuck with somebody, fuck up their career, have them private all their videos, have people come to my channel, which they screenshot it, saying they're going to strike my channel and do all this other shit, and think I'm going to crawl to you and be like, oh, your majesty, and rub your fucking feet. You're out of your mind. This, again, is why she was banned from a different community. It was called like the Fluffy community or whatever. She was banned because she has a massive fucking ego. Her pride is out of the world. She just thinks that she is in no fucking wrong. She thinks she sits above on a throne above everybody. Like, again, she floats above us like she's Homelander or something. Like, you're so out of your mind. You're so radical. Yeah. That you really think you can piss in someone's face and then ask that person who pissed, you just pissed in this person's face, and they're going to go to the store and buy napkins for themselves to clean up the piss you made. That's not how this works.
Right.
Then she states, unless the point is to extend an olive branch, but rather to set up a live stream confrontation straight out of a WWE script. Are you so fucking stupid? I stated that it will be in emails and be kept private. So now you're lying. You're lying. You literally just lied. Did I or did I not state this will be in emails and I promise it will stay private? Did I not state that?
You did. You did indeed state that. Yeah, you did.
I stated it like 20 times. I said this will stay in emails. It will only be in emails, and nothing will get leaked as long as you don't leak anything. Right. That's what I stated. So to sit here and be like, oh, you're setting up a live stream confrontation for me to come on and you're fucking just lied. You just lied. You're lying just to lie. She's lying just for the love of the game. Now go up to drum up live stream donations. Idiot. I just stated it will stay private. And to milk the drama for as long as possible. Idiots. Yeah, milk the drama, guys. I want to milk drama that inherently takes my videos out of the algorithm and kills my channel. Oh, yes. That's what I want to do. Yeah, so my other videos that were getting 500 views a day, mind you, these videos are 3 years old, that were getting 500, 1,000 views per day, when my channel is getting 40 to 50,000 views per day, all these videos, and my channel is getting traction, I'm getting 600, 700 subscribers a day, I want to private all that, kill my channel in the algorithm, all that, to milk a drama that I literally do not benefit from. Oh, but you get live stream donations. Yes, to make up for the money that I'm fucking missing out on right now, you dingbat. You stupid? Are you fucking stupid? So I'm killing my channel to make up money for live stream donations? She is so dumb. Like, it's, I don't even know. Like, I genuinely am concerned the fact that she's this old and she's this stupid. Yes, I'm getting live stream donations to make up for the money that I'm losing out on my channel because my channel is dying. And then when I repost my videos on my channel, they've been out of the algorithm for what? They're going to be out of the algorithm for the next 10 days. Who's to say they even get one view? They will be dead videos that will never get any more views. Right. I have to slowly, this is what I have to do. I have to slowly, in bunches, upload 2 to 3 of them, unprivate 2 to 3 of them at a time, so that my old viewers that have been around can slowly watch them over and over, hopefully to slowly resuscitate the channel and put them back in the algorithm. So I have to perform CPR on my channel for the next 3 to 4 months because you have done damage that I can probably not come back from. So this is what I wanted to do. Essentially, in her brain, I wanted to have my channel die, take all my videos out the algorithm for donations in which I'm taking a loss on these donations for videos I could have made way more money on, and I even showed that I was losing patrons. So I'm losing money from Patreon, I'm losing money from ad revenue, and I'm doing all this just to milk a drama. When I could have made 3 to 4 more pony videos and made a shit ton more money than I'm making right now. So I want to take a loss on money, take a loss from Patreon, take a loss from ad revenue, private all my videos, kill my channel, all of this stuff, just to milk the drama.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're fucking stupid. You're so dense.
It makes no sense. And building off of that, you privating all your videos, this is something that Gay Roommate blames on you and says is your fault. She's been on record saying things of instead of, you trying to appeal, he decided to quote unquote quit YouTube. So his fans are threatening to call my job, hunt me down, telling me to off myself, and whatever. So, how would you respond to that?
First things first, I've already stated on record around 20 times. I'm going to state it for a 21st time. I do not agree with what's happening to you. Even though you try to take away my main source of income, I will not try to take away your main source of income, because unfortunately, as much as I want to be, and I'm a huge comic book nerd, as much as I want to be the Punisher, I have to be Batman. That's what it is. As much as I want to fight fire with fire, I have to say, yo, we can't stoop down to that level, because I have something you don't have. That's called fucking integrity, okay? I don't want to play the Joker's games. I don't want to sit here and try to take money out your pocket. I don't want you out on the street. As much as I dislike you, as much as I hate the way you conduct yourself online, as much as I see this proof online where people claim, right? People claim that you are a striker, a false striker, which now there's proof, right? There's proof, because I just got false strike. And there's other tweets showing that you're a false striker where you're claiming, 1 hour videos and you strike it for 7 seconds of your footage. You're a piece of shit. I still won't stoop down to your level to try to get you taken away from your job. I don't want that to happen to you. What I want from you is to just remove the strike. That was all I asked. And I told you had 24 hours. I made a video saying, yo, you got 24 hours to remove it. Then I gave you another chance. I said, you got 24 hours to remove it. Take it down. Then I sent you an email saying, yo, take down the fucking strike. I give you 3 warnings. And what did she respond with? Ha ha ha. This boy ain't nothing but bluff. Okay, now that the strikes are getting fought, now you want to say, the sad thing is, if I wanted to take the strike back, I cannot. Now you want to curl up in a ball. Now, this is the big thing about Gay Roommate. She only likes to play basketball when she's winning. When you're standing under the net and she can dunk on you, then she wants to play basketball. But the second she's under that rim, she's under that hoop, and she sees you driving down that paint, going for the dunk, she don't want to play no more. And I stated this. I said, yo, lady, you've dunked on me more than once. And now that I have the basketball, let's step off this court, because I don't want to have to dunk on you. Let's step off this court and see if we can talk this out. But unfortunately, you're leaving me no other choice but to fucking dunk on you. You don't want to step off the court and talk about it? Okay, then it's fucking dunking time. That's what it's going to be. And I don't want to have to do it. But you want to get dunked on? All right, then. That's fucking stupid. I don't want to have to do it. But again, I'm trying to talk this out with you. But you want to keep acting this as a high and mighty. I'm too good for this shit. Like, dude, you're fucking out of your mind. What do you do in your life that makes you so high and mighty? Why are you so pretentious?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think you said it best, Homelander. I mean, it's exactly like that. When she has all the power, she is just, basically worshiping herself in her community posts. But the second that things don't go her way, is the second that she just absolutely loses her shit. So one thing I did want to ask this Fluxo person, what is their relation to Gay Roommate? Because Gay Roommate is acting like this is a complete coincidence. These are two unrelated, despite it being about the same video topic you did, the only 2 videos about it, these are completely unrelated, and they have no correlation. So is Fluxo related to Gay Roommate, and what's their relation?
Oh, the person's name is Fluffo, like, Fluffy. Fluffo, and
I don't know.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Sounds like a drain cleaner or something. My bad.
No, it's fine. The relation, they have no relation at all. Other than that, Gay Roommate has voiced over like 1,000 of this person's comics. They have no relation at all.
Oh yeah,
no relation at all. They have no relation at all. Other than Gay Roommate is on record voicing over like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, probably hundreds of fucking comics. Yeah, but other than voicing over this person's comics over and over and over and over, and stating this specifically right here inside of her thing. If the original if the original artist would like their work removed, that's 100% absolutely okay. Just contact me. I am only taking requests from comic artists themselves at the time. So you're only taking requests. So that means Fluffo is asking you and requesting you to voice over their comics. That's a first-hand admission. True or false?
Yeah, and thank you for clarifying that. That's something I was a little bit confused on because, Gay Roommate is trying to like walk it back and saying, "Oh, these aren't related," and it because in my mind, this is textbook targeted bullying and harassment because Gay Roommate isn't just striking you, because if Gay Roommate strike 2 of your videos within this period, YouTube might pick it up as mass flagging and, either straight up reject it or worst case scenario, terminate their channel. So the fact that they're bringing other people's channels into it to target you and, try to take you down is something, that just makes this 1,000 times worse in my mind. So next thing, I was actually in your chat when you were streaming. A lot of YouTubers were there, Cam Nuggets, stuff like that. Shout out to him, big ups. And I saw,
big shout out to Cam Nuggets.
Yeah, big ups, pimp. So I noticed there were a couple, well, one I can verify for sure, who said that they were going to strike your channel and get you removed off of YouTube. How do you feel about that, especially with everything Gay Roommate has said about you harassing them and, about them being the poor little victim? What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, and that's why I thought ahead of time, and essentially every single YouTuber has said I made a good move by privating all my videos. Every YouTuber has said that was a smart move, because essentially the latest video that I have up, it does not show any pictures, it does not show any footage of anything except my face. You can't strike me for using my face, but they could go to an older video that shows a picture of Superman and say, hey, that's mine, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they can strike that. But what are they gonna do? Outline my own face and say that it's theirs? You can't do that, obviously. So I thought ahead of time. I had to private all my videos just to protect myself. And to the person that said that they're gonna strike my stuff, I got ahead of you. I privated everything, so that wouldn't be possible. And for some fucking reason, I don't know, maybe YouTube does allow such a thing to happen, then again, I will be continuing to fight. Even though I took a step back from YouTube and I assessed the situation, again, I will still fight behind the scenes. Just because I can't fight over here does not mean that the battle's over. I'm still going to keep fighting, obviously, and I'm going to try to go as far as possible. And as of right now, once these strikes get overturned, what I'm going to do is I have a brother-in-law who's a lawyer. I'm going to get a consultation from him and see what I can do. Because essentially, from the bare minimum, what I want is I want her charged with copy fraud, which can be a penalty up to $2,500 on a fine. If I get her charged with that, and she has to pay a $2,500 fine, I'll be happy. What I do want, in my heart of hearts, you know what? And I've talked about this back and forth about not having her channel deleted, having her channel deleted. I keep walking back and forth and being flip-floppy on that one, because it's like I don't want it deleted, but at the same point in time, then I'm like, oh yeah, the content she's uploading, right? Because when I think about her channel, I immediately think of the poopy whoopies. I think of the best parts. But then I start to think about it, all the baby stuff and all that. I'm like, dude, now it's like, dude, now that shit's got to go either way.
Yeah.
Either way,
you're recalling it like a toxic ex almost. You're thinking about the best moments that you had with them, and then you're remembering,
yeah,
oh shit,
like
all the arguments and stuff. That is something I did want to touch on really quickly. Is I noticed in one of her community posts, Gay Roommate said that she didn't put a disclaimer in the beginning of her video that the content was 18 plus. One thing I do want to ask is does she age restrict her content? Like, does it have that thing that appears before the beginning of the video that says, this is 18 plus?
Yeah, she didn't add that until as of very, very, very recently. I mean, we're talking about within the last month or so, she did decide to add that, which it's whatever if she adds that at all, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you add, oh, this content is meant for adults. Dude, you still got babies getting their wieners hot glued. It doesn't matter if it's for adults or not. I really don't give a fuck about, whatever garbage you have to fucking gurgle. Like, it's still like the most abhorrent stuff ever. Who cares?
Yeah, no, I agree, and that's kind of the point I made in my video. Is like, despite the fact that, in my opinion, it's, severely violates YouTube TOS, the bare minimum someone like this should do is age restrict their own content, and they don't even do that. They're even ignorant to the fact, and they have to be told by other people in their community to do that. And that's kind of my thing, is like, what if there's, like a little girl, because I know, My Little Pony is a big thing on YouTube. What if some little girl is going to try to look that up, and then they think, oh, fluffy ponies, these are so cute. They get scarred for life or something.
Yeah.
So that is something I did want to touch on, because I think that's a very important distinction to put out there. The fact that, she has this horrible, grotesque content, and she, hasn't even bothered to age restrict it as of recently, and hasn't even been consistent with that. So, not to detract from everything else, we're gonna get back on the rails here. What's this about the certain community post gay roommate made about you trying to have sexual relations with her? You wanna break that down?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read it off, and obviously after the video, I'm gonna send you everything I can. So essentially, she was making comments saying, "Oh, see, this is a quote from her. Oh, see, I thought he assumed I'm male because of gay part of my username and was wanting that try of intercourse. I can't really help him with that, but I wish him luck." And she was making lots of comments like this. I don't know. I think they're jokes, but it's like, really, in a situation like this, why are you commenting about me and you having sex? Like, what is that? Like, what the fuck? Like you would think that out of anything, that'd be like the last comment you would make. As serious as the situation is, and what's going on, it's like, what relevancy does this have whatsoever? This is like, it's not even out of left field, because, out of left field is a kind of a baseball term. This is not even in the stadium. Like, again, we're talking baseball, you're talking hockey. What the fuck does this have to do with anything? What does the idea of me and you, like, fucking have to do with what's going on? Like, and I had to go on, like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, I'm just genuinely confused. I have no words for this. That she would go so far as to just say that, yeah, he wants to hump me. What? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no.
And she's also made a couple other comments like this, but she's deleted them, by the way.
Yeah, no. I agree. I think it's just, again, the whole ego thing. If everything's not about her, the fact that, you finally do have some ground beneath your feet, and you're, able to get your balance again. She's she's got more of a fucking stretch than Mr. Fantastic. She's like, he doesn't want to have sex with me. I'm actually a woman. Despite the fact that you do list your pronouns in your bio. We do know that. Thank you for clarifying. That gay roommate is indeed gay. Thanks for the distinction. Also, is the weird thing, I know she often refers to you as young man, so I also find that kind of strange that, she was the one who brought up and is talking about, these different sexual acts between you guys, but she also refers to you as a young man. What do you think about that?
She's obviously my elder, and I gotta be honest, man. I don't want to. I can't make these comments. I gotta be honest. During the situation, I have to. This is the first time I have to do this. I cannot make any comments on that. I cannot make any comments on that. Okay. Even though I really, really would love to. These are comments I would have to make. Not public.
No comment. I can see.
No comment.
You already. All right. Is there any more comments you would like to make about any of the things that happened after the intimacy community post made by her?
Zero comments. I have no comments.
Okay. Well,
no further comments on anything regarding that. No further comments.
Yep. As far as that, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's the last of these statements that she made.
Yeah, because she's just deleting a lot of stuff, but she doesn't understand that some of it has been screenshotted. That, the intimacy comment has been screenshotted. Other people have been screenshotting stuff as well. So that's what that is. But essentially, again, in her brain, she thinks this is just gonna blow over. We'll see what happens, though, of course.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'll say is, like, I definitely think that she needs some form of help. If the fact that, you get criticism online and, like, when you don't have anything else to bully people with, the first thing you do is say that oh, you just want to have sex with me. I think she definitely, needs some help, talking to someone at least, because I kind of feel bad for her on it. I kind of feel bad and sorry when I see that from someone, because that is, not normal at all. So that's all I will say about it as well. Is there anything else you would like to say about any of the previous statements that she's made about you?
Essentially, I gotta say, there's essentially nothing else I gotta say, except that I will state this much: that pony comic that you fought so hard to not get out there, guess what, sweetheart? Oh, it's getting uploaded. Oh, it's gonna get uploaded. Oh, it's gonna be the best. This is gonna be the best. This pony comic. It's gonna be the biggest poopies. You're gonna get the stinkiest poopies, and it's gonna be all over your forehead. Oh, it's gonna be so good, baby mama. It's gonna be good, yo. It's gonna be great. It's gonna have a lot of stinky poopy in there. And essentially, what has happened is, it's so funny. She tried her best to make sure that nobody would see this comic, but essentially what has happened is it put a lot of eyes on me. Now
Right.
a lot of people are gonna see this comic more than, who was supposed to see it. Like, only a small group of people were supposed to see it. Now a big group of people are gonna see this. So
It's gonna be a lot more poopy whoopies. It's gonna be the greatest poopy whoopies you've ever seen.
big stinky.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, kind of has this whole situation has kind of had the Streisand effect, and it's exposed people, who would have never heard about this, like Cam Nuggets, Sensitive Society, Turkey Tom, Lyrics, and I mean, even if they themselves, don't really care about it, it's still kind of amplified it through their audiences, where now, they're gonna go and they're gonna, hear and participate in this entire thing. So, by the way, for that comic, if there's any way I can be involved, please let me know, because I would love to. Even if it's just like a little cameo, yeah, even if it's a little cameo, even if I'm just like a little, fluffy ant or something on the side of the sidewalk, I'd appreciate it.
All right, I'll see what I can do, because we got a community we're coming
For
out. I'll
sure.
see what I can do.
Okay, so comments about gay roommates. Is there anything you'd like to say? What's the plan going forward? What's the plan? What are you doing next? What are the next steps? At least the ones you could share with everyone.
So essentially, here's what's going to be going on with my YouTube channel. I'm going to be streaming every single day until the strikes are appealed. Once the strikes are appealed, my content is going to slowly come back, day after day. Maybe 2 videos come up one day, with another day, another 3 videos come up one day. And when that happens, I'm going to slowly be I'm going to slowly be uploading and unprivating these videos, 1 at a time, 2 at a time, 3 at a time, little bunches to hopefully resuscitate it back inside the algorithm.
Right.
And during that time, I'm going to be obviously streaming every single fucking day.
Right. Yeah, and that's definitely, I think that's the best way to handle it, especially, since this individual could get someone else involved to do it. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but there's actually a precedent of that going on YouTube, because a while back, do you know who Marty O'Donnell is? The guy who, he was the composer, for Halo, and Destiny, I'm pretty sure too. And someone was going around copy striking a bunch of the music from those games, and claimed to be him, and got all the ad revenue from it. And then they found out, oh, this guy isn't even Marty O'Donnell. It's someone else pretending to be him. So I definitely understand your worry about someone else pretending to be the artist, because if someone can pretend to be, the freaking guy who composed the Halo 3 theme, they could pretend to, have drawn like a little image of, like you said, Superman or even Venom or something. So, is there anything you would like to say to your fans? Is there anything you'd like to say to my audience? Is there anything you'd like to say on YouTube? I mean, this is your soapbox where you can just, speak in a video and not worry about, the fluffy pony mafia coming after you. So, I think you'd like to say to any of those groups.
It's a safe space over here, isn't it?
I know. Just let me know. Just let me know if anything triggers you.
Okay. Does this thing on? Is this thing on?
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Jonathan. We can hear you. This is a warm, welcoming place. Just get it out there. Release it. Deep breaths in and out. There's no judgment, no bias, no prejudice, no bigotry. Just let it out there.
Okay. I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm sorry.
It's all right, Jonathan. It's all right. Baby steps, baby steps.
It's fucking ASMR. All right, nah, I appreciate you having me on. It's fucking ASMR, dude.
That'll
appreciate you having me on.
All right. So
that's my message. That's my message. Everybody subscribe to Daze. Daze is my boy. I've known him for a long time. Subscribe to Daze. There you go. How about that?
Well, I appreciate it, and for my audience too. Please subscribe to Coldraven, like he said. He's gonna be streaming every day, and that was actually one of your biggest concerns, was that, the money you would make off of this, you would not be able to keep. It would just, sit, and YouTube would be able to take it all if something happened to your channel. But thankfully, that isn't a thing, and any money, that goes to Coldraven is going to help to deal with this crappy situation and making sure he gets out on top. So, my thing, anyone who's hearing this, make sure to support, Coldraven through this time, because, it sucks. Getting copyright struck for anyone is hell. Every YouTuber has pretty much gone through it. So, yeah, make sure to go out and see him when he streams. So, yeah.
All right, with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all later. Y'all all have a good one.
All right, and that's it. See ya. Bye-bye.